What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis has blasted Al Haymon with the PBC, then backpedaled. Okay, the former WBA World Junior Welterweight Champion Regis Prograis apparently has a marquee fight on the horizon with former Unified Lightweight King Mikey Garcia. However, on Monday, he stirred some controversy by blaming Al Haymon and his premier boxing champions for not getting him a better fight sooner. Then Prograis backed off. First, Prograis was a guest on the DAZN boxing show Monday, and here's the gist of his criticism. Having signed on for a single fight as a free agent with PBC last fall, Regis Prograis on his PBC relationship, he said, "I was promised a Barrios fight for that belt, the WBA regular. Barrios said he could not make 140 and had to move up. Then I heard he was fighting Davis. We were promised Adrian Broner. None of these promises Al Haymon made us came true." Prograis was just 26-1, telling the show that I was promised a Barrio fight for the belt and all that. Clearly, when Prograis divorced himself from his former promoter Luda Bella last year, he was hoping to get a large fight with a significant payday from somewhere else. And coming off the COVID-19 shutdown of the sports last March, June, Prograis was eager to accept a chance to fight or to be on PBC's October show in San Antonio. The card featured Gervonta Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz in the main event, and Prograis clobbered Juan Heraldez for a TKO to solidify his standing. However, that never led to a fight with Mario Barrios. Davis got that fight, as Prograis mentioned. Adrian Broner or anyone else, the fighter known as Rigaro. So he subsequently did another one-off free agent deal to fight on Triller Fight Club in Atlanta back in May. And that's when Prograis won again by TKO, this time over Ivan Redcash. The fight then ruled a technical decision, but was eventually changed to a stoppage by the Georgia Athletic Commission or Boxing Commission. So Prograis appeared to be on the verge of some kind of meaningful fight, but unfortunately it won't be against the man who handed him his only pro defeat, Josh Taylor. Taylor beat Prograis by 12-round decision to add to the WBA strap to his IBF belt in October of 2019. Since then, Taylor has now also beaten Jose Ramirez by decision for the other two 140-pound belts. So instead, Prograis rematch Taylor must defend against mandatory Jack Catterall. Okay, and obviously that led to some frustration for the Louisiana native. Later Monday night, he tried to do some damage control and released a statement to ESPN apologizing for what he said were comments taken out of context. So he said, "My comments were taken out of context in the tweet posted online about Al Haymon. In the actual interview, I was just frustrated that the Barrios fight and Adrian Broner fights never presented themselves." Continued. Okay. And he also said, "The truth is that one fight I worked on with Al, I had a great experience. I never meant to offend anyone, and I apologize if I did. So the apology train has left the station." Let me counterpunch, people. I know that was lengthy, so here we go. But it was necessary because we had to see the ins and outs and the trial and tribulation and journey of Regis Prograis. Louisiana in the house. The damage control was set, and for Regis spoke his mind and then took it back. And he did that, and basically what he did that for was the opportunity to continue with Al Haymon. One thing about Al Haymon, he doesn't like the reputation of people blasting him. The only person that did that was Matarosian back in the day, and we know what happened to him, okay? He had a bad ride after he decided to mouth off at Al Haymon. You don't do that. You don't do that to a person that does not do interviews. Because if a person doesn't do interviews, you think he gives a shit about what people think about, or you think he cares about saying anything about anything. Al Haymon's all about action. He's the guy that pulls the strings behind the scenes. Bars. Nothing more, nothing less. But I'll tell you this. Regis Prograis knew he had a gag order. He had to apologize because talking about Al Haymon, powerful as he is, that does not fly in the boxing world, especially when you're trying to make fights with him. Okay? That doesn't fly. Okay? And he knew, hey, I hated, I offended anyone. I know Regis Prograis and his attitude, his temperament. He doesn't normally do shit like that. You think someone from NOLA, from New Orleans, is going to say something and then take it back like he did? No. That shit had to come from someone telling him, Regis, you have to apologize if you want to remain a key player in the boxing platform. Okay? That's what he did it, and that's why he did it. Most of those guys don't say shit about Al Haymon. In fact, they praise him. They're brainwashed. They're this, they're that. And then Regis comes over there and starts talking shit. This is what they presented to him. You keep talking shit, you will never work for us again. That's why he apologized. So I apologize if I took it out of context. That wasn't out of context. Al Haymon didn't promise you shit. Okay? He didn't give you what you said, and you said what he didn't give you. There's nothing wrong with what you said. Did you call him a bitch? Did you call him a hoe? Did you call him incompetent? Did you call him a liar? No, but what you did, you did call him a liar, but did you told him what he said he was going to do, or what they said they were going to do for you, and they did not deliver. There was nothing wrong with that, so there was no reason to apologize at all for what you did. And what you said, by saying what you said. Okay, so him saying this had to be somebody that came to Regis Prograis and told him, look, you're going to apologize. You're going to take back what you said about Al Haymon because he didn't like it. It's a bad look on the broadcasting for him and for a lot of other people. Okay, it doesn't look good. For that reason, you will apologize. It's the sport that I love, that I hate so much, for a reason, people. Regis Prograis had to backpedal because he was told to. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. Regis Prograis says what's ever on his mind. He's an outspoken gentleman. He's very talented, hella tough. But guess what? This apology does not describe Regis Prograis. It doesn't. Okay. So he wanted the Mikey Garcia fight. In order to get the Mikey Garcia fight, he had to apologize. Okay. If he wanted to do further business with Al Haymon. Nothing more, nothing less. That's my counterpunch. You guys tell me what you think about Regis Prograis blasting Al Haymon, then taking it back. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.